Pumpkin, where's our table?
It's got to be put together. You know.
So another gift I got to assemble
Yes.
and carry the old one out.
I like to make it work.
I think it's about 220 pounds worth of table. So I got to carry down a flight of stairs.
You didn't carry it.
Happy
You
Father's Day.
You let it slide. Okay.
It was a guided slide, which is basically carrying. All right, so yes, Mary surprised me for Father's Day / our birthday. They're both very close, with a beautiful new table. You want to tell them
A
about
new
it?
gaming table. So,
Yeah.
I guess kind of a little bit of a backstory. We were hanging out with our friend Stork from Stork Plays Games at his house, and I was admiring his beautiful gaming table. And he was talking about how he had made a video putting it together. And he didn't tell us what type of table I got, although if he did, I don't remember. I don't remember him telling us what type of table he had. So I decided that I wanted to spoil him a little this birthday and / Father's Day and get him something pretty nice. So I decided I'd be getting him a gaming table, and so I did a little bit of research. I went to BoardGameGeek.com, and they have a list of different table manufacturers there, and just a very minor blurb of their background, where they're located, approximate pricing, and then any maybe special features with regard to those. Like there's one that's like only poker tables. So after doing some research, I went ahead and decided to go. It was kind of narrowed down to two of them. I narrowed it down to Table of Ultimate Gaming. And the reason that I did that was because it looks like you got more bang for your buck. The quality and the customization of it just looks so much better for the price. With regard to price, it was very, very reasonable. If you want something that isn't a card table on fold-out legs, you want an actual good quality board gaming table without completely breaking your wallet, then the Table of Ultimate Gaming is for you. So I went ahead and got that one, and then come to find out, we decided to watch our friend Stork's video and find out that his is also Table of Ultimate Gaming. So that's pretty awesome. Check out his video over on Stork Plays Games. That's his channel.
Yeah, I'll link that in the description. Ours is a foot longer and a foot wider.
So he got the 3.5 by 5.5 foot table. We got the 4x6. So ours is a little bit bigger. We have a pretty big area in our basement, and then also we like to play with 6 people at a time. And I think that the bigger table was going to be better suit our needs. And it really wasn't that much more cost-wise. So I kind of felt like I might as well just go ahead and go all out with the bigger table. And we had, down here, we had a 100-inch table, so it's 8 1/3 feet long. Really, really big table down here. So I felt I didn't want to downsize too much from that. So this table, I believe, measures approximately 84 inches with the outside.
It'll be a little bit wider. That table we had down here was pretty thin.
It was 40 inches.
Yeah, so it'll be a little bit wider, but we might have to move this shelf, but I think it'll fit down here. One thing to point out, we didn't get the accessories that she had wanted because of the outbreak.
With everything that's going on with the pandemic, they're not able to manufacture extra parts to keep in their warehouse. So if you want something, what you're getting is what they currently have in stock. So they're running out of stuff quickly because right now is a great time for gamers because we're all at home, stuck not being able to go anywhere, and what do you want to do? You want to play board games. So a lot of people are ordering these tables, and so they're starting to run out, and as far as the accessories go, they just ran out of almost all the accessories. I did contact them, and they contacted me back almost immediately. They're very, very responsive. I contacted them, asked them, hey, where's some of these accessories? I'm a little worried because they're not even on their site anymore. And they just explained to me that, with what's going on, they didn't want to confuse anybody by having merchandise out there that they're not available to sell to them at this time. And so that it would become available, once they were able to get manufacturing back up and running again, which I'm fine with that. I'm willing to wait. I'm just happy we were able to get our table.
Yeah. So you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do this.
Okay.
You do all the work. I'm gonna lay back.
Uh-huh. So we need
Welcome back. It's your boy Fresh.
And I'm Mary, and we are a Co-ople of nerds.
And we just finished the table.
Yep.
So let's talk about it. It is the
Table of Ultimate Gaming.
Yes. It's ultimategametable.com. They kind of switched that around.
Yes.
But wanted to get that out before we forgot it.
We got the Elite series. They also have another one, a gamer series, I think it is.
Okay.
So we got they have two options, and then they have different sizes. They have like coffee table size. We've got the standard size, or the higher one for it's basically like a little bit higher than a kitchen table, but you could use it as a kitchen table.
Right. All right. Yeah. So this is it's 4 feet by 6 feet play area, and we'll kind of do a little tour after we sort of talk about what we liked about the table and what we pick a little nits, do a little nitpicking there. So it's 4 feet by 6 feet play area. I think the other one was 3.5 by 5.
3.5 by 5.5 feet.
Okay. So we got an extra 6 inches both sides.
Yes.
And then
the price difference wasn't that big between the two.
mm-hmm.
So I just figured, why not go for the bigger table? It's not that much more.
They do say bigger is better. Alright, so a couple things we liked about it. I like that it has the topper. And again, we'll kind of go over this a little bit later. But some board game tables don't have this, so it just, you couldn't use it as a kitchen table if you wanted to. It would have that big indent in it. This one, it has the nice hard sturdy wood, heavy wood to bridge those gaps, and so you can use it as a kitchen table. If you want to replace your kitchen table with this table, you can totally do that with no problem. What was your thing like?
One of the reasons that I chose this table was because I had looked at another table, and I really liked that it was, of course, made in the United States. With everything that's going on right now, I didn't want to have to pay shipping costs overseas. So I wanted something that was more local, and us being from Indiana, I read on BoardGameGeek.com that Table of Ultimate Gaming was based out of Indiana. So I really like that. I like supporting local business, but also on top of that, I had looked at another table, and it felt like the edge, the playing edge, the armrest was way too big. And so this was just the right amount where you have a little bit of a ledge there where you can maybe put some of your cards or some of your pieces before you actually enter into the play area itself. And so I really liked that about it. And I liked how it was a sturdy table. I wanted a nice sturdy table made of good wood. And I really like that about these. You're getting more bang for your buck for this. Aside from someone building your table custom out of, like, they're carving the wood themselves. I liked that this was kind of more off the shelf, but extremely customizable. So we're able to customize it to be our own and be unique, but also we don't have any extended wait times, and you get more bang for your buck. You're not paying that much more.
Right.
It's very affordable.
Right. Yeah, it has two, I guess 4 electrical outlets, one on this side and one on the far side, and it has 2 USB hookups, so you could charge your phone or hook up. We got a radio that we use, this little speaker system. We can hook that up so we can hear music while we play games. Another thing I really liked is that you can raise and lower the table height, so you might want a little bit lower for games, particularly Warhammer really jumped to mind, maybe some dungeon crawlers or some flicking games. I could see wanting the table a little bit lower. For your average board game, I think you'd want it on the higher setting, just because you're not standing over it, you'll be sitting down, whereas Warhammer and the flicking games, you're going to be kind of standing up at the table. Let's see, it has these little pieces here. It's got magnet set on it that just clicks right to the side. It's on right there, so it's super easy. But they have different designs on these. Right now we just got the black.
That come with the table?
That came with the table, but we will upgrade to a style, and you can pick multiple styles if you want.
To really set the mood for the game that you're playing.
Right. They've got like a dragon version, they've got a Game of Thrones version, they've got several Warhammer versions. So if that night you're playing D&D and you want to do dragons, cool. But you can also just pop them off super easy, swap them out for the Warhammer group when they come over, and super easy to change Or if you got grandma coming over and you need more space to host Thanksgiving and you don't want skulls and fire on your table, you could just get the regular black and swap those out for when she comes over. So I really like that. This table has a ton of customization.
Yes.
Unfortunately, Mary bought this for me for Father's Day / birthday, which was very, very sweet of her. But at this particular time, with this particular pandemic going on, we could not get a table mat. So,
or any of the cup holders.
Yeah, table mat and cup holders were the two main things that we wanted to get that we could not get. I didn't know she was getting for me at all until she told me that I had to pick up the old table that was here and take it up a flight of stairs.
It was very heavy.
But so once that, once the pandemic's over and they can start getting access to the neoprene mat, I think that's going to elevate the table even to a higher level. Because right now it's just black on black, so it looks, a little bland. And then I'm going to find which of these designs I want to match the play mat I want.
Yeah, and they also have designs that it's like a whole set. So if you want to expand your designs beyond just the table, they have designs that you can add to your chairs, or mats that match them. And then you can also buy a mat set that matches all of the extras that go with it. So we have a card holder, and the cup holders come with little dice trays on them, so they come with you can match all the mats on that, so you could switch everything out if you wanted to, make it look completely different each time.
Right.
And I did contact them, just curious about why we weren't able to get the cup holders and why we weren't able to get the mat, and they're very responsive, extremely quick. Yes. They got back with me and they let me know, look, we're sorry about this right now. It's just that with everything that's going on, we're not able to keep the stock that we want to keep right now. But as soon as it comes back into stock, we'll be able to reorder. And I was fine with that. We can wait a little bit with everything that's going on. I'm just glad that we were able to still get our table. I'm sure there's a limited stock right now. And especially with everyone right now wanting to play games.
Right.
So
everyone's trapped at home.
Yeah, who doesn't want a nice gaming table if you're going to be playing games all the time in quarantine? So, just waiting a little bit longer, I think, is well worth the wait, especially with everything that's going on. Just being more patient about it. So, here's their
thank you
letter and their logo.
So, to do a little nitpicking, overall we love the table. We highly recommend it. If it's within your budget, obviously, budgets change per person. But if this table's in your budget and you're looking for one, it's very reasonable in that space. Our gaming tables are more expensive, but for the quality of the wood and craftsmanship compared to price, you're in a really good butter zone there.
Yeah.
But to pick a couple nits, because that's what we do, my first one, so it has the two outlets, but each outlet has a plug that needs to go to your wall. I would have liked to seen those combined into one plug. So what I'll do is I'll run an extension cord from the wall to probably the middle, and then have each one get plugged into it, so you just have one cord going to the wall instead of two cords. We don't have a great plug. We're in a basement, so we got little kids. I don't want that many cords running from the table because I don't want them to trip on it. I don't want other people to trip on it or have to try to vacuum over it all the time. So I think we're just going to do the one. So that's my first nitpick. The other one was related to not having the accessories in stock, but that's not their fault. That's just the world right now. So what was your nitpick?
Probably some of the directions. So putting this together broke down into 33 steps. You imagine it took us almost 3 hours to put it together. How can only 33 steps take almost 3 hours? It probably could have been broken down a little bit more. I felt like some of the steps maybe weren't as intuitive. There were like 2 steps that I was pretty sure were incorrect, like just documented incorrectly in there and maybe needed to be fixed, because it was impossible to place the pieces to look exactly like it was in the pictures. So putting it together was certainly a challenge, and we were happy to get it put together, but we're not 100% positive that we got it put together exactly per the instructions.
It was this rail system. So there's the main rail and then a
Like a support
sub
rail.
rail.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to put that on, take that off, put that on, take it off, flip it, turn it another way.
Kind of figure out what was the correct way.
Yeah, eventually we got it. I mean, it all fits together. So I think we got it right. That could have been a little clearer. I think, take that into, make it 2 instructional pictures instead of 1. I think would have helped. Mm-hmm. I think that's. Do we have any other nitpicks?
No. I would probably recommend that the company not ship via FedEx anymore.
That's FedEx's problem. That's not.
No.
Our box came. Like I got ran over by a truck. Luckily, there was very little damage to the table. I think there was
They pack it very well.
Yes, they do pack it very well.
And it's a good thing that they do,
Mm-hmm.
because our boxes were ripped open.
Right.
And
it was raining outside. So.
They left them out in the rain. But luckily, and they even had, like, the Table of Ultimate Gaming even had fragile stickers all over the boxes. All over them.
They were heavy boxes, though. They were probably, I think one was 92 pounds, and the other 2 were around 60 to 70 pounds. So, you can do the math there. This is a 210-pound table. So, I guess from a certain perspective, I get it. Everyone wants to carry 200 pounds, so you're probably going to drag it and slide it. So the boxes get a little
You
tore
pay
out,
a good amount in shipping, though, for it.
Yeah.
So you pay for the shipping. I feel like shipping should be, they should just be delicate with something that still, it may not have been the most expensive game table out there, but it's not a cheap piece of furniture.
Nope. So let's go ahead and take a little close-up look at some of the features, so you can get an idea if this is maybe in your future.
Yeah.
See you in a little bit.
Okay, so I am going to demonstrate how easy it is to take off the topper of the table. And then what you do is you just take each of the pieces and they go into these slots. And then you can pull it out if you need a little table next to your seat, or you can just slide them all the way in to get them out of the way.
Mm-hmm. And those little slots have a fabric tape you put on it to prevent scratching. So this company really did think of everything. Now this is the card holder. It's a fun little gimmick to have kind of in front of you. Mary's going to install it in about 30 seconds. And then kind of show you how you can stack up some cards. And you got a little pad here for dice or meeples or anything.
And these can be changed out to different colors.
So if we're kind of thinking red, so we might swap this out for a red one, just to kind of match the rest of the table. The other thing we want to show you, here are the plugs. I'm not getting the best light. but you can see it's got the 2 plugs, the 2 USBs, and here is a power cord that you can eventually connect to the wall. Like I said, I'm going to run an extension cord and plug both these into it, and just have one cord running away from the table. And then over here we got the second one, and again the cord, and there's the logo. My 2-year-old picked the location. Very beautiful. Oh, so these are the designs you can just pop off magnetically. It's super easy to get on and off. Do it one-handed, in a matter of moments. So now we'll show you. Right now we have the table in its high position, and I'm not 100% sure how well this will turn out, but you can see it's down a little bit from where, maybe a couple of inches or so. But take these little doodads here, and it's got another one of these covers. You get this little knot. You stick that in and turn it, and then that lowered this particular side. And basically you would go through and do that for each one. And then turn these. There you go. And so now you can see it's in its deep setting. So again, it's maybe only a couple inches difference, but it does add a little depth to the game, a little character. And then, like I said, if you're doing a flicking game or Warhammer and you're kind of leaning over the table, I think it'd be a little nice to be kind of in that, have good arms reach there, distance feel.
And that's a good sized play area. And they have the customizable mats for that area, depending on the size of your table.
Right.
We just haven't been able to get our mat yet.
Right. So yeah, once we get the mat and the cup holders, we'll probably do a little add-on video, and maybe the decorative pieces. But I think that's all we want to point out.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you next time. Oh. Gotta get used to the chair. Ready?
Mm-hmm.